People pass notes to each other every day to get a message across. Either the message is private and can't be said out loud, or the sender can't be there to deliver the message in person. But what happened to Julie Dragland, who lived in Oakland, California, and worked as a PR specialist for Sega Networks, would make anyone do desperate things. She got a note she wasn't expecting, and it wasn't just a reminder or words of encouragement. Instead, it was a threat. She calls herself a TV junkie, and she's hooked on crime dramas. After a long day at work, she always looked forward to watching an episode to unwind. People might think that crime shows on TV are only good for killing a few hours before bed, but it turns out that they can teach people more than that. In September 2017, around 5 p.m., Julie was taking public transportation in the Bay Area when she saw a TV trick that she used to think was a bunch of nonsense, but it saved her life. When a passenger gave her a strange note, everything started to go wrong. It was Saturday, and luckily, the train wasn't full of people who were stressed out because it was rush hour. As it went through San Francisco, the train had about 15 other people on board. Behind her, a woman with strawberry blonde hair sat down. If you've ever taken public transportation in the Bay Area, you know that it's not unusual for strangers to hand out notes asking for money. These notes usually say that the person has a serious illness and explain why they need money. So, when the woman put a note on Julie's lap without saying anything, she just picked it up and read it. After that, all she could feel was fear, and she started to go crazy. The note, which was written in red ink, says, "Right now, there are 2 guns aimed at you. If you want to stay alive, give your wallet and phone back right now. Do not back up and be quiet. If you want to live, don't turn around until you're past the Civic Center." She didn't want to give up her belongings, but she didn't know what else to do. She stayed calm and aware, though, and thought about what was going on around her. Something caught her attention, but she didn't see any danger like the note said. No sup guns, and no one was keeping an eye on her every move. Would she really die if she didn't do what they said? Even though she was still scared, she began to wonder if the note was real. Again, she came up with a plan by looking around her and making sure no one had a gun pointed at her. She then had a bad idea and tried to say "help me" to the man sitting across from her, but he got off the train at the next stop. As her station got closer, she didn't have many choices. She could either give up her wallet and phone or take a chance that there weren't any guns pointed at her to begin with. Her hope was slowly going away when a bright idea popped into her head. She was determined to make this work, and even though it was kind of risky, she still made it hard for the alleged gunman. She had to act like she was having a seizure or that she was about to pass out. She leaned to one side, started shaking and crying, then closed her eyes and yelled louder to get some people's attention. As Julie shook in her seat, a nearby couple saw what was going on. As good Samaritans, they quickly went to check on her, and Julie used that as an opportunity to give the woman's note to them. Luckily, the couple saw it and also saw the threatening note, so they knew what was really going on. The person who gave her the letter knew that her plans were ruined, so she got off the train at the next stop, the Civic Center station. The event showed that there were no gunmen on the train waiting to shoot Julie, and it also showed that the note she got was a trick to get people to give up their things. Julie didn't lose anything, but she learned that even on a day that seems normal, she should always be careful and aware of her surroundings.